Well, hello everyone. This is Doc Hatfield again. Wearing one of my Christmas presents my wife got me, a new sweater vest. I just love it. Anyway, I left something out of my video on tobacco and health that I wanted to share with you because I think it's of most importance that you understand this. In my 58 years of smoking a pipe, I have had the privilege and the honor of helping over 1,500 people. And I have all of their names, but you're not going to get them. Over 1,500 people to get off completely of cigarettes and onto a pipe, or cigars, or a combination of both. Now, I cannot tell you how many times because it's more times than I can remember. But over and over and over and over, I found that these people who had been smoking cigarettes for 10, 20, 30, even 50 years, that 7 years after they quit and they were smoking a pipe or cigar, 7 years after they quit, and they went and had an MRI, or they went and had a CAT scan, or they had an X-ray of some kind, they found out that the doctor said, well, I see you don't smoke. They said, what are you talking about? I said, well, your lungs are completely clear. And over I saw this, that after 7 years, your lungs completely rejuvenate and clean up as if you'd never smoked a cigarette. And that's a positive thing that happens for you. A positive thing. Now, I went and talked to, personally, a couple of scientists. I can't remember their names now because it's been so many years. But I do remember that they told me that the body essentially, if taken care of right, will rejuvenate itself every 7 years. Well, then that made sense to me why these people would go and get an MRI or a CAT scan or whatever at the end of 7 years and find that their lungs was completely clear of any evidence of ever smoking a cigarette. So see, there is hope. There is hope. It not only helped me with the healing of my ulcers, but it helped them with the healing of their lungs, that they no longer had any evidence of ever having tobacco in their body. Because, see, a pipe and a cigar doesn't give you that evidence. What gives you that evidence is all them chemicals that was in those cigarettes. That's what destroys the lungs. And so I wanted to tell you that today because I know some people wonder, well, what's good's it going to do me now? I've been smoking cigarettes for so long. What's it going to do good to do me now? A 50-year-old man went to the doctor. And the doctor told him, he said, if you don't quit smoking, you're going to die. Cigarettes have just about destroyed your body. You can't even breathe right. You can't even carry on a conversation without whizzing and without coughing and without sucking in all the time. you're having difficulty breathing, if you don't quit. And so he came to me at church and he said, what do I do? I said, quit. Go to smoking a pipe. Go to smoking cigars. I promise you it will work. It will help you. And within just a matter of just a few months, you'll start to feel better. And I said, now I've seen it over and over where people after 7 years goes back and finds out that they have no evidence of ever having anything. Everything's completely made new. Everything's rejuvenated in your lungs. And so 7 years later, this man of 57 years called me. And he was crying, and he said, Doc, he said, it worked, it worked, it worked, it worked. He said, my doctors told me today, he said, we cannot believe it. We can't believe it. It's impossible. You're still smoking. I said, yes, but I'm not smoking cigarettes with those chemicals. And so his lungs were completely rejuvenated. So it makes no difference what age you are. It makes no difference when you quit. Just know that immediately after you quit and you start smoking a pipe and you start smoking cigars and you leave the cigarettes 100% behind, it will slowly begin to clear up in your lungs as time goes on. And 7 years later, you're going to be clear. And it's worth it. Just for that. Worth it just for that. So that's what I wanted to tell you. That's all I got to tell you about that. So I'm going to go now. But anyway, Happy New Year, everybody. And I hope everybody has a good time. And I hope everybody has a wonderful, wonderful year. I'll see you. Bye-bye.